you ill?
It's nothing.
For a moment, I thought you were going to fall over the cliff. Here, take hold of my arm. Well, this isn't the first time I've been your nursemaid, remember? The journey to Brighton.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Are you feeling any better now?
Yes, much better.
That's good. Well, thank you for taking me home. Good night.
This time it's goodbye, Mrs. Carson. I'm going back to London tomorrow.
I didn't know you were leaving so soon. Well, I thought you'd be here over the New Year.
I always spend New Year's Eve in London.
Oh, I'm sorry you won't be here. Goodbye, Mr. Gray.
Goodbye. Oh, Mrs. Carson?
Yes, Mr. Gray.
Why don't you come up to London with me?
With you?
Yes, we'll surprise Bob and the three of us can celebrate New Year's Eve together. I know just the place.
Oh, but how about Father and Mother?
I'll phone you tomorrow and you can pretend you've had a call to go back to duty. How about it?
Oh, that would be wonderful. Well, that would mean that Bob and I could spend our first New Year together after all.
Fine, I'll make all the arrangements. I'll see that you leave for London tomorrow with me.
All right. Good night.
Hi, Navy. Hello, boys. Hey, Bob. How are you? Have a beer?
No, thanks.
He's fine.
I hear there's a pretty good show you chaps put on today across the channel.
Well, you Lammies didn't do so bad either. The flank was thicker than a London fog. Jerry cut loose with everything but Goering's medals.
What's the matter with him?
Him? I bet he's thinking of Dizzy Dinah, the Brooklyn Belle.
His girlfriend?
No, it's P-38. The biggest love in his life. I'll buy that. Solid.
Say, who's that guy Parker?
Himself. He was a lovely actor, he was. Pity he was killed.
Killed?
Yes, sir, the theatre was bombed the very last night of his play, the Brighton Strangler. Unlucky, wasn't it? I saw him in the part. It gave me the shivers, but I loved it.
Excuse me, fellas. Hey, Bob, wait a minute.
What, did you see that?
Yeah, this is all very interesting, Lieutenant. But our records show that Reginald Parker is listed among the casualties. Killed in the bombing.
I tell you, Inspector, this man is still alive. I don't care who says he was killed in the bombing. I know he's in Brighton, and there's something screwy that he's masquerading as Edward Gray.
You may be right. His fiancée, Dorothy Kent, was never able to identify any of the bodies. Let's go and see her.
There's an Inspector Graham from Scotland Yard and a Lieutenant Carson to see you, Miss Dorothy.
To see me? Ask them to come in.
Will you come in, gentlemen?
Thank you. I apologize for intruding so late, Miss Kent. But you see, this gentleman...
This is the man.
What?
Sure it is.
What do you want?
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
You must excuse us, Miss Kent, but Mr. Parker was never officially identified as dead. And Lieutenant Carson thinks that he's still alive.
I'm sure that this is the same man my wife and I knew in Brighton. And his name was Edward Gray.
Edward Gray? But that's the name of the character in the play.
In your play?
Yes, the Brighton Strangler. If he's really alive, he's probably suffering from shock.
Tell us everything you know about him.
Well, I first met him at the station in Brighton, the day of the mayor's funeral. And then
This is the Home and Forces program. Here is the latest news.
Wait, I'll turn it off.
The Brighton Strangler has struck again. Chief Inspector Allison was discovered dead in his home late this afternoon, the victim of the same mysterious strangler's silken cord.
The mayor of Brighton was strangled to death several days ago, and I thought nothing of it. But now the chief inspector's been strangled with the same cord.
Do you conclude anything from that?
It means that Reggie's acting the part in real life.
Excuse me. This is Inspector Graham of Scotland Yard. Give me Brighton Police, quickly.
But it's fantastic. You mean the character in your play was a murderer?
Yes, a maniac who killed first the mayor of Brighton, and then the chief inspector, and then... Good heavens, we've got to do something. It's 20 minutes to 12.
She's right. The third and last act of the play takes place exactly at midnight on New Year's Eve.
This is the roof garden.
can hardly believe that Bob chose this place for us to meet. You sure you understood him quite clearly over the phone?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Strange. He isn't even on time. I wonder what could have happened. He's never late. If he doesn't get here soon, we won't be together for the new year.
All right, thank you. Edward Gray left the hotel this afternoon.
But what about my wife?
She got a message to report back for duty in London. She also left this afternoon.
Then they are together. But where?
The last scene of the play took place in the roof garden of a London hotel.
Which hotel is it?
That's just it. No special hotel was mentioned.
Well, there are only 2 hotels in London with a roof garden. The Park Towers and the Plaza.
Do you remember our first meeting?
Yes, at Victoria Station, by the ticket office.
You thought it was pure chance, didn't you? But it wasn't. No, the moment I heard you ask for your ticket to Brighton, you became a vital part of my plan. You know what happened to His Worship the Mayor of Brighton.
He was strangled.
And so was the Chief Inspector, wasn't he?
What are you talking about, Mr. Gray?
You see, you know as well as I do who killed those 2 gentlemen.
Not you.
Don't pretend that all along you didn't suspect.
No. No, I didn't. You couldn't be...
Go on, say it. The Brighton Strangler. And you are the only person who knows it.
You're insane.
There'll be no new year for you. You'll go out with the old one.
Have you taken anyone else up to the roof garden?
Yes, sir. A lady in uniform and a tall, good-looking gentleman.
That must be them.
Stand back, please. Stand back.
Stand back.
Stand back, please.
Reggie.
Dorothy. I heard applause. The play is ended. Isn't it, dear?
Yes, darling. The play is ended.